is because he didn't have beginner's luck. We all need beginner's luck in order to be there. If your parents had waited another day, or another moment, there could have been a different child born. The egg might have been the same, but the race of the sperm would most likely have crowned a different champion. The sperm run is chaotic. It is a shuffling of the deck, a chance for chance to reset itself. There is sufficient Brownian motion involved that victory does not necessarily go to the fleetest. Life begins always with an element of the capriciousness that characterizes it throughout. But were life predictable, it would not be worth its own while. Life is full for being full of choices, conscious and unconscious, whose outcomes cannot be clearly foreseen. Small choices that make great, unknowable differences. Choices made with scarcely a thought. Choices like waiting another day or another moment. So we can't tell what the outcomes of our choices are going to be because the world is just too full of uncertainty. Is man too dense a burden to bear himself on wings? One never can be certain regarding certain things. Is all this revolution just the way the world is spinning? And will the conclusion be the end or the beginning? From behind the curtain comes a voice that shrieks or sings. One never can be certain regarding certain things. And as we get older, we are surer and surer that we can't ever be certain. Charlie mentioned his mother with Alzheimer's, and unfortunately, we all, a lot of us get to have relatives who are in similar conditions. As sophistication runs its course. Your mother used to be sophisticated. Hell, she taught you the meaning of the word. It took her years to become addled, but she did, even though she taught you the meaning of that word too. Through the same eyes that witnessed her decline, you can still see remnants of her sophisticated self, recalling how she would chuckle at jokes you did not get when you were a child. You'd sit perplexed, wanting her to explain, and when she did, it was with reluctance, because your mother knew that no matter how funny the joke, the explanation of a joke is not funny, and getting the explanation is just not the same as getting the joke. Now you sit at once in the presence and the absence of your mother, and the sight of the old woman melts the sophistication in your eyes as she gazes across the great abyss you seem to be occupying and chuckles at a joke you do not get. Well, get it or not, it'll get you. Take a breath. Go on, take a breath. Then stop a moment and consider the balance of life. The game seems rigged against you, but it's just in the nature of chance. Play long enough and you lose. It's in your nature to play on until you do. It isn't the dice that are loaded, it's life, and life's unremitting balance. Just like that breath you took, you have to give it back. That's why life is fair. It takes just what it gives and gives just what it takes, no more and no less. Your lease starts at birth, thereafter you pay. The duty is dying, day after day. The pains may subside, but not so the aches. That's life, my friend, and you've got what it takes. You won't even begin to comprehend life till your favorite mistress runs off with your wife. No barrier bottle of monkeys, this basket of snakes. That's life, my friend, and you've got what it takes. Even the deepest of sleepers awakes to find that the sweetest of visions is not. Time undoes everything anyone makes. That's life, my friend, and it takes all you've got. And there's nothing you can do about it, but there's nothing you can do about a lot. In fact, you can't do a lot. Most you can do is to develop a healthy can't-do attitude. I've done this. When you can't, you don't need an excuse. You just can't, and that's all there is to it. If you could, there'd be a reason why you could. When you can't, no explanation is necessary. There are more things you can't do than things you can. There are more things you can't do than you can count. Counting all the things you can't do is just one of the innumerable things you can't do. In fact, you can't do anything, except for the few things you can do. The things you can do are the exceptions, and there is a particular reason for any exception to a general rule. When you can, there's a reason you can. When you can't, you're simply abiding by the general rule that you can't do anything, except in those rare instances when for some peculiar, bizarre, uncanny reason, you can. One of the things I found I couldn't do was ventriloquism, and this was the source of great frustration to me, because I always liked puppets, and this is Sniffy. He's a wonderful puppet, but he's no good unless you can do ventriloquism, and I couldn't do that. But then I finally I got this book that changed my life. It's a book called Ventriloquism for Dummies. I'll bet you thought I made that up. I thought I made it up, and then I Googled it, and there actually is a book. But in my version of the book, I didn't actually read I read the book, but that didn't do me any good whatsoever. But there was this ad near the back of the book that advertised this device that renders lip movement utterly undetectable. It's indispensable to the bad ventriloquist. So, for just $29.95, you can get this item that will render your lip movement absolutely undetectable, and I am going to demonstrate it here today. So I think I have it. There we go. Help me out with this, Sniffy. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Anybody see my lips move? It works perfectly every time. Now Sniffy will be able to talk to you. Pay no attention to that man inside the bag. I don't pay any attention to him. I let him call me his master, my master. But it ain't me who cleans up after him when we go for a walk. And I don't do tricks. I don't fetch. I don't roll over. And if you think you see me playing dead, you better call 911. Because Sniffy don't play that. And you won't see me putting a bag on my head just to get a laugh. So, don't waste my time teaching me to shake paws. What satisfaction is there in that? Some best friends you humans turn out to be. You go around complaining life stinks when you have no idea what it smells like. You never return my sniffs. You give me an unwelcome look and shoo my nose away from your crotch. I'm not being impolite. It's just a protocol you don't get because you're too busy with your nose in the air where it doesn't belong. Where all it's likely to smell is the flatulence you blame on me. when I know exactly where it's coming from. Well, pardon me if I don't want to shake paws, and since you refuse to return my sniffs, maybe I'll just keep my nose in my own business. Okay, I'm done. Okay, Baghead, you can come out. You can talk to these people, but don't talk too long, you'll bore them. I gotta keep this guy on a short leash.
Thank you, sir.